Well, hi everybody, and welcome to another EBTV sports presentation. Welcome to the 2005 fall sports season. This is Jimmy Allinder being joined by Richie Whalen as we look upon the football field where East Brunswick will entertain and open its home season with Piscataway. So we are up to just about 10 minutes before starting time, and Richie, I want to bring you in and talk about East Brunswick's 2-0 record. Obviously, these are the defending Central Jersey Group 4 champions. We can't forget about that. So it's been a while since East Brunswick has lost a game. And actually, last year, 2004, was one of the losses was to Piscataway. But this is a new season. East Brunswick 2-0. Piscataway in this young season is 1-0. Talk about East Brunswick so far and what you expect.
Well, you know, it's tough coming into the season losing 18 starters from, the team, like you said, that won the sectional crown. And, although they are 2-0, this is going to be a little bit tougher test tonight. First game they played Perth Amboy, who was in the white division. And although they are improved, they're not the team that you're going to play night in and night out in the red division. And their last win that they had against Edison, Edison hasn't won a game in a few years, so although they're 2-0, this is going to be a whole different test tonight against Piscataway.
Right, but as Marcus Borden alluded to, and as some other outside observers has said, a lot of the kids on tonight's East Brunswick team have that experience of knowing what it is to win, and perhaps that is somewhat of a benefit. You can start with the captains. Dan Siani, Jimmy McCluskey.
Yeah, they've been there. They saw what it took last year to win. I also think it's almost good that the schedule turned out like it was, getting a little confidence, feeling good about themselves. So, you play who's on your schedule. They happen to be the first two teams that they played, and I think getting off to that good start, I was at the first game, and they had to, overcome a couple things to win that game. So, they have people who've been around the team last year when they made that great run. So I think that can only, help as the season goes on.
Right, and Mike Franchino, the other captain, along with Dan Asiana. And we're going to mention a lot of these names tonight, but probably the biggest opponent that East Brunswick is going to be facing tonight is the size of Piscataway. We were looking at some of the names on the roster. What do you got here?
Yeah, we have a couple guys over 300 pounds. Anthony Davis, who's 310. Another gentleman, Pratt Davies, who's 345. Coach Borden had a quote in the paper saying this is the biggest line that he's seen since he was coaching in 1990 against Trenton. So, it's going to be a big test for the East Brunswick defensive line. Piscataway is just going to try to, ram the ball down their throat tonight.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break here as we wait for the teams to get on the field. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of people in the stands already anticipating this game, the home opener for East Brunswick, as they look to see what they can do to repeat as Central Jersey Group 4 champions. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this. Okay, we're back here at East Brunswick's J. Doyle Field as we open up the 2005 football season, home season for East Brunswick. You see Piscataway across the way in their white, East Brunswick here on the home side in their green, white pants. We didn't get the winner of the coin toss, but we'll find out in quick order who is going to be on the receiving end and who will be on the kicking end. It's Jimmy Allinder being joined by Richie Whalen as we cover this action. Richie, both teams in relatively good shape, as far as injuries are concerned.
Yeah, as far as I know, on the East Brunswick side at least, no one that I know of significance is hurt, so they should be full going. Piscataway's only played the one game, and I'm not sure about them.
Looks like East Brunswick will be receiving deep for the Bears. Number 22, that'd be Nick Zelak, very familiar name. And number 21, that would be Pete Zhang. Is that 21 or is it 31? I'm sorry. That's
number 31, Armand Lamming.
Piscataway's kicker is I believe that's number 80. It's going to be difficult seeing their numbers. We talked about this, so you're going to have to bear with us. That is number 80 for Piscataway.
Right, Russell Hopkins.
Okay. The tough thing about the Piscataway program is that the numbers they're not in numerical order, they're in alphabetical order, so you got to go searching around for a player. This is going to be interesting.
We'll be good by the fourth quarter.
Yeah. All right, almost set to go here.
I think as every game is, especially this one, this is important for East Brunswick to, if they can, at least put a first down together on this drive. You don't want to go 3 and out and give the ball to Piscataway and set the tone a little bit here.
Hopkins set to kick for Piscataway. And we are underway. Who wants it? There's a little indecision on the receiver's part, and it ends up going into the end zone. So East Brunswick will start on its own 20.
And for those of you watching there in high school football, when the ball goes in the end zone on a kickoff, it's automatically brought out to the 20 there.
Looks like Glamming will be in the backfield. Actually, he will be. He's gone off the field. So you got McCluskey and Zelak in the backfield. That is Peterson at quarterback. Give up the middle. That's good yardage. That was number 34, Sergio Garcia.
Yep.
It's a good pickup. Almost a first down. Just short. They needed to just touch the 30-yard line. No need for a measurement. So a second and shorter yardage for East Brunswick. Just underway here. 11:35 left to go in the first quarter. It's a quick give up the middle.
And that's what Peterson does such a good job of, reading that. He kept the ball himself there and got the first down.
And again, Garcia on the carry. Richie said, get that first down. Let's see what happens after
I'll tell
that.
you, exactly. We want to control the clock here. Keep Piscataway's offense off the field and eat up some clock.
First down for the Bears on their own 32-yard line. This time, Peterson keeps it, cuts into the inside, and gets good yards. That's about a 7-yard gain. So we'll call the gain actually 6 yards, making it 2nd and 4. I'm looking at some of the muscle in the middle of the field. That Pratt Davies, 6'2", 335. He is a load. He's right over top of center. Here's a give to the outside, and McCluskey, who was caught, brought down by number 6. That was Scott, Jermaine Scott, tackled McCluskey for a loss. And it's going to be those types of plays that is going to be important for Piscataway to stop East Brunswick and vice versa. So that was a good heads-up play by Scott. And now it puts East Brunswick in a position of 3rd and about 7. Ball resting on its own 35.
First real challenge for East Brunswick here.
You have Nettie on the right side. Give is another slant, and gang tackled was number 22, Zelak, for maybe a yard or two, and that will be a 4th down for the Bears. So Scott's tackle of McCluskey in the backfield was what really disrupted that drive.
Yep, threw off the rhythm a little bit, exactly. If you're East Brunswick, I mean, you can't be too disappointed. You got yourself, you improved the field position a little bit here, got a first down, and now you got to play some defense.
All right, Peterson, the quarterback, will also handle punting duties tonight, and the runners, the run back, will be by number 1 and number 2. Fox is number 2, and number 1 is Gratz. Up the middle on a tackle on Gratz. Excuse me, Fox. And the Chiefs will start out with their first possession of the game on their own 42-yard line.
And really nice tackle there by Vincent Quaglieri. could have saved a much bigger gain there.
Absolutely. No score, 9:15 left to go in the first period of play. This is Piscataway's first opportunity with the ball. And the give is on the outside. Nice blocking by Piscataway. That give was to number 42. Well, we got to find him.
Right, that's Kevin Woolfolk.
Okay, that is Woolfolk. That was who we mentioned. He didn't carry the ball all that much because he didn't need to. Piscataway had that game well in hand.
Right, he only had 14 carries, but he did have 192 yards rushing in that game. So
he's a breaker.
And it's going to be, the key all night for East Brunswick here. Just take a look at that offensive line of Piscataway's. It's a big line for a high school team.
Right. Gratz at quarterback. Check that. Give us the Fox. And he gets yardage. The quarterback is number 3. And that is Marcus Wright, a 5'8", 175-pound senior. So about 4 yards by Fox makes it about 3rd, and let's call it 3. 2 yards to go.
And these are going to be key situations for East Brunswick.
Give is up the middle. Geez, nice block. And a would-be tackler tripped over his own man, so looks like Gratz got even more yardage. And a first down for Piscataway. Boy, they do nice seal blocking, do they?
They do, and East Brunswick has to realize also that outside guy, it's easier said than done, but needs to contain. You can't let Piscataway backs get outside there. Make them cut in and trust your teammates to be there to finish them off.
Ball resting on East Brunswick's 40-yard line. And right at quarterback. Give us the number 42, excuse me. That's right, Woolfolk.
Nice open field tackle there by Sergio Garcia, number 34 for the Bears.
Maybe three yards on the play.
I'll tell you, East Brunswick has to do that. There's going to be a lot of situations where there's a one-on-one situation and need to make those open field tackles. That was a nice job by Garcia there.
6:31 left to go in the first quarter. No score. Right at quarterback. East Brunswick jumped across the line, and I'm sure they'll be called for encroachment. That's the call. So the Chiefs get a little help with that penalty. So it'll be second down and short. 2 yards to go. And we got a reverse here with Gratz. Dodges one tackle, dodges another, and he's still on his feet. Finally steps out of bounds on about the 15-yard line. A nice gain. Actually, I thought East Brunswick had him trapped.
I'll tell you what, they did, Jimmy, and made a couple nice moves, and East Brunswick wasn't able to get him. That was actually scary for me. I thought he was going to tightrope the sideline there, but shows his athleticism there. Good job, keep blocking by Piscataway too. Got a couple late blocks to help him out.
So another first down. Yard marker says second, but it is first. Wright gives up the middle to Woolfolk. He has nice blocking and just bowls his way forward. for about a 6-yard gain. So the ball's on the 10-yard line with a 2nd and 6. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Piscataway's just deliberately moving down the field. A couple of reverses. So you see an illegal procedure call on the Chiefs. And we can't be more specific than that unless you saw something.
No, from up here.
So it kind of puts it back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd and 10. You got 2 flanked to the bottom of your screen for Piscataway. Give is to Woolfolk. Fights off one tackle and battles down to the 5-yard line, close to first down yardage. And Piscataway, Richie, is doing what we kind of thought they would, and that was to take advantage of that huge size on the offensive line to sort of bully.
Exactly. I mean, you know, just getting chunks of yards at nothing, you know, they haven't broke out yet, but, you know, 5-6 yards a pop. East Brunswick, you know, might need a couple turnovers in this game.
So a 1st and goal for the Chiefs on the 5-yard line. Woolfolk dances into the end zone, broke one tackle, and Piscataway first on the board with Kevin Woolfolk on a 5-yard run at the 4:01 mark.
And like you said, Jimmy, nothing special there, you know. Just all running plays, you know. Like we said, just going to go behind that big offensive line and get chunks of yards at a time.
Okay, the extra point attempt. Snap is up and looks through. And the Chiefs out to a 7-0 lead. And that drive by the Piscataway started on their own 42-yard line, and really in a matter of about 3 minutes, pretty much on the ground. Well, all on the ground. I don't think they threw one pass.
No, they didn't. I don't really, you know, see them, you know, doing that tonight. I think they're going to keep it on the ground exclusively. One thing, if you're East Brunswick here, you got to keep your head up. You know, it's a long game. You know, the defense has to keep their head up. Offense here has to pick them up a little bit and try to sustain a drive. You know, Piscataway, it's going to be tough for East Brunswick, but they can't give up here. Just want to see that body language, you know, stay positive here with the Bears.
All right, the Bears in the same position as they were to start this game, and that is to receive the ball. We'll look for Lamming and Zelak to have a little better communication. And we're about ready for the kickoff. It's a side-winding boot that East Brunswick needs to recover. No, they let it go out of bounds. So I believe they have the option of starting on their own 35.
Right.
So a little better field position to begin this drive for the Bears. East Brunswick showed some signs of being able to move the ball on Piscataway during their first drive. The problem was the one running play that went for a loss, and that sort of disrupted everything, and then the Bears could not recover, and they had to kick.
Right. East Brunswick, you know, if they do have third downs, they want, you know, 3rd and short, 3rd and 3, you know, 3rd and 2, manageable ones. It's going to be tough to, you know, consistently get 3rd and 7s and pick them up.
Peterson takes it himself. He's through the hole, dances up past through midfield, and a nice run by the quarterback. Good first down for East Brunswick. And Piscataway calls a timeout, something that they want to discuss about Peterson being able to get through the line, perhaps.
Yeah, he does a great job of, keeping that ball on the fullback's belly until the last second. And if you don't see that day today, that's tough to defend if the quarterback does a good job with that. I was fooled for a second, thought he had given it to the fullback myself.
Well, the longest plays for the Bears in this first period has been through that middle of the line, and maybe that's an adjustment that Piscataway wants to make. You don't get the feeling that East Brunswick wants to throw all that much either. If they get down enough, I think they will. But I think, Coach Borden and the staff has, the thought process that they want to shorten this game. And, obviously they don't want any turnover. So if they can move the ball like they, have shown signs of here in these first couple drives, I think they'll keep it on the ground. So East Brunswick in Piscataway territory for the first time this evening. 3:54 remaining in the first period of play. The Chiefs out to a 7-0 lead. Peterson gives off. Let's check who that was.
That's Garcia.
Okay. Garcia, the primary ball carrier when Peterson hasn't had it. And that's good yards as well. A gain of a minimal 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 6.
Bears offensive line doing a good job also getting a good push in there.
Well, let's watch that line play and see what's going on there. Ball kept by Peterson, and then I think there was a little miscommunication that caused that fumble, and Peterson had to get on top of it. And same situation, Richie. Loss after a positive play makes it now a 3rd down and 9.
Right.
I'll tell you, Anthony Davis, number 70, looks pretty big out there. Peterson rolling out, looks to throw, goes to the opposite side, and the ball was dropped. Not sure that was going to go anyplace anyway. Looks like Piscataway had that well covered. So the Bears, again, bogged down after a loss on a play, and will have to kick on 4th down. 2:25 left to go in the first period. Peterson will punt. Gets it off. It's a wobbly kick, goes to the right. Takes a bounce, and say the ball's going to be down on about the 20-yard line for the Chiefs. So this is Piscataway's second opportunity to move the ball. They were successful on their first drive, going 58 yards, culminating in a Kevin Wolfock 5-yard run to make it 6-0. They added the extra point, and that's where we stand in this first period of play. Wright continues to be the quarterback for the Chiefs. Give is up the middle and finally brought down. And that was number 40, Daniel Yao.
Right.
It's the first time we've called his name tonight. And a good gain of about 5 on that play, making it 2nd and 5. This is right. Up the middle is Woolfolk, and he's behind everybody. They're looking to close it on him, but I don't think they're going to make it. Woolfolk goes all the way into the end zone. That was pure speed once he got to the outside, Rich. And I don't see any flags on the field. Or do I? It's kind of obscured in the brown-yellow grass that we have on the field due to the lack of rain. So there was a penalty on the play, and holding is the call. So that one will be brought back. That was kind of a scary play, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Let's see if this energizes East Brunswick a little bit. They catch a break, holding penalty. Let's see if they can maybe turn this into, something.
So with that penalty, and it was where the penalty was, so it wasn't quite a 15-yard. It actually is a second and, we're going to say 2nd and 5. Now, I'll check that, and let's see what we got here. Let's wait till the chain marks. So apparently the holding, even though it went back, still was enough for a first down.
Right.
So that's where the
spot
ball
of the foul.
Exactly, and the ball is on the Piscataway 34-yard line. Wright's going to throw it. Gets it out to Gratz. And he is met. Looks like Franchino on that tackle, one of the East Brunswick captains.
Yeah, it was Armand Lamming, number 31.
So that's the first pass reception. And good for 5 yards, making it 2nd and 5. East Brunswick crowd urging its team to stop. Woolfolk. Check it, that was Yao on the carry. And good enough for a first down. We are under a minute to play in this first quarter with Piscataway leading 7-0. Wright is going to pass it across the middle, caught by Gratz. Beautiful catch. And he drags a few tacklers down to the 38-yard line. Another first down for the Chiefs.
I'll tell you, I'm pretty surprised Piscataway is even attempting to throw the ball in the air. I mean, you can't, say anything negative about it. They completed to, but I think you're taking a chance there, giving East Brunswick a chance to, get a turnover. But we'll see.
So a first down on East Brunswick's 38-yard line for Piscataway. Give to Woolfolk up the middle. Gets around the left side. And gain of about 4 on the play. And that's the last play of the first quarter after that 3-yard gain by Kevin Woolfolk. And the score now after a quarter is Piscataway 7, East Brunswick nothing. As the team switch sides. Richie, it doesn't look like East Brunswick has found quite the way to stop this Piscataway offense.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting chunks of yards at a time. I mean, other than that big play that was called back, I don't think they've really had a play over maybe 15 yards. So it's not as if Piscataway's having big plays. It's just a solid 5, 6, 7 yards every play. And East Brunswick, as of right now, hasn't found an answer to it. They're going to, need a turnover or, something to happen to change the momentum of this game. But, as you look at it, East Brunswick's defense has been on the field for a very long time, and that's just going to, as the game wears on, be even, tougher for East Brunswick to overcome.
Yeah, and East Brunswick's offense had the ball twice. They were moving the ball, but were bogged down by either there was a fumble on one play and then there was a loss on a end around on another play, and that was just enough to stall the drive and force the Bears to kick. So they need to capitalize on their offensive opportunities, and that hasn't happened in the first quarter.
Right, there's no room for error here. So
Piscataway with a 2nd and 6 on the East Brunswick 35-yard line. Right with the ball, calling signals for the Chiefs. It's going to give to Woolfolk, and he just drives straight up the middle. Good for about a 6-yard gain. It's going to make it just about 2 yards short of another first down for Piscataway. They're really just rolling up the yardage and first downs here.
And these are the situation East Brunswick, if they want to have a chance to win this game, they have to stop them on these third downs.
We're in the second quarter of play. 11:30 to go in the second period. Right, pitch out to Woolfolk. He finds the side. He looks like he's got an opening. There's nobody there to chase him, and he's going to go all the way. Thought they might knock him out there toward the end, but it just didn't happen. And a 35-yard touchdown by Woolfolk, his second of the game. Piscataway now with a 13-0 lead. Touchdown coming with 11 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in the second quarter of play. Chiefs on for the extra point try. Kick is up and through. Converted by Russell Hopkins to make it 14-0 Piscataway. And I mean, we're sounding like a dead record here, Rich, but East Brunswick just needs to find a way to stop Piscataway. Maybe with a turnover, something like that.
Right.
Coach Marcus Borden's sort of turning out to be a prophet of sorts. He had mentioned in the papers that, this is really not a contest in terms of size, and that is certainly what Piscataway has been exploiting. They've been utilizing that offensive line to just drive East Brunswick, and then Woolfolk, when he sees a little bit of an opening, like he did on this touchdown run, just takes right off.
Right, and I really, from watching the first quarter with East Brunswick, I think they can move the ball against Piscataway. It's just a matter of them, not, as you said, getting those losses. As long as you get positive yards each time, you're going to, give yourself chances to, convert shorter third downs and things like that. So I do think East Brunswick can move the ball on Piscataway. It's just a matter of them, not making any mistakes.
And we will see just exactly what East Brunswick can do as they get their hands on the ball. Zelak and Lemming, the deep backs for the Bears. Hopkins with the kick, boots it right down the middle. Gathered, no, it hit Zelak, so somebody needs to pick it up. It was gathered by Franchino, who had the unenviable task of being able to grab the ball and then have nowhere to go and just got nailed.
Just a little lack of focus there, I think.
So East Brunswick will begin on its own 26-yard line, let's call it. They trail 14-zip. 10:59 left to go in the second quarter. Piscataway with the lead.
As you can see, that new feature that we have with the score there.
Looks like the Chiefs called a timeout. The coach didn't like what he saw. Maybe somebody's missing. Nope, 11 players on the field. So that's the second timeout called by the Chiefs. Hey, Richie, something we should mention is that while East Brunswick is the defending Central Jersey Group 4 champions, Piscataway is the North Jersey Section 2 Group 4 champions. So actually 2 championship teams.
Yeah, they've won 3 straight state titles. So, Piscataway has, even before that, they've been right there. I just have a little thing in the paper they had. They're 19-8 in state history. They've, really since 1994, they've been in the states in 94, 95, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, and last year. So.
Looks like gonna throw and caught by Franchino. So the first completed pass for the Bears by Peterson to Mike Franchino. And that was about an 8-yard gain, so it makes it 2nd and 2. We really have nobody in the backfield for the Bears. Peterson
should have enough for a first down there.
Maybe. Depends on where the spot of the ball is. And they do call it a first down. So the Bears with their 3rd first down of this game. And Rich, as you mentioned, they can move the ball on Piscataway.
Yep, they just have to stay consistent here.
Right, and that has been the problem in the 2 previous drives. Peterson rolls out, looks to throw, heaves it downfield, and that was well covered.
And number 9, Brett Puryear, pretty good coverage.
He's one of the captains, and trying to break away was Lamming, but that play was broken up, so it is a 2nd down and 10 with 10 minutes exactly to go in the 2nd quarter of play.
I don't mind East Brunswick doing that either. The last first down, they pass the ball on that one. Take a shot.
Peterson lofts one around, it was supposed to be a timing pattern with Lamming, but that just did not connect.
I think it would have been better off just trying to get it to him on a line. He was expecting to be in a spot, and he wasn't going to be able to get there. They had a guy back deep there waiting for it.
So a 3rd and 10 for the Bears. Probably a passing situation. Give is actually a slant to McCluskey. It doesn't really go anywhere.
I think Piscataway's done a pretty good job of scouting that play because they've been all over it the few times that East Brunswick has tried it tonight.
So the 4th down for the Bears will force them to kick once more. Peterson, the punter, sort of nubs it. Gathered in by Gratz. Looks for the right side. And they get him out of bounds just about midfield. So the Chiefs with excellent field position once more. You see the score on your screen, 14-0 Piscataway. Touchdowns coming by Kevin Wolfolk in the first period, a 5-yard run to make it 7-0. And then in the second quarter of play, a 35-yard run by Woolfolk to make the score 14-0. Right,
spread them out a little bit here.
Drops back to pass. Gets it over to the left side. And that was Fox on the reception. Basically took it in the backfield and made the yards himself. So he gets about 6 yards on the play, making it 2nd and 4.
And that's a pretty, safe, smart play by Piscataway. It's almost like a run. You're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage, and, picking up 6 yards on first down is a good thing.
Right, another pass. This time to number 12, and I saw a yellow flag there. So the completion to Tony Logan.
I think we might have got a clip there on Piscataway or hold.
And they're going to bring this one back. Marcus Wright resorting to the pass. Holding is the call. So the Chiefs forced with a 2nd down. And we'll call it 16 yards to go.
I think we might see this hitch pass again. No toss.
With it is Woolfolk. He gets through the line, still on his feet, dodges yet another tackle. He will not go down. That's hard running.
That is hard running. Mike Franchino did a good job of forcing him to cut back in, and no one from East Brunswick could make the tackle there.
Woolfolk, a 5'9", 185-pound senior. Didn't get a lot of playing time, except on special teams last year, but he bided his time, and when given the opportunity now, is making the most of it. So about I guess they're going to give him a first down on that
just
play.
got a first down.
Yeah,
yep.
okay. Ball on the 39-yard line. Piscataway rolling once more. Boy, they love to pass that ball. And that really goes for a loss. Richie, I guess the way Piscataway wants to do it is to pass the ball quickly and then let the runners get into the open field and make use of their running ability to get the yards.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess also just, for future also as the season goes on, I think they want to, kind of prepare for that. So to throw the ball a little bit and to see how that, looks in the game situation. But I guess they also see that East Brunswick, corners are playing a little off, maybe forcing them to come up and then maybe try to get something deep.
You saw the clock with 6:30. It's down to 6:25 now, as the Chiefs look to cash in before the end of this half. Throwing long here, and caught. A nice catch by number 2, and who's going to take it all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. That was Terrence Fox on that reception.
And I kind of think Piscataway's almost setting that up by throwing those behind the line and then, having East Brunswick's corners come up a little bit and then seeing if they could get them deep. And also a nice bit of running there to get in the end zone.
That was a good pass, too. Just lofted nicely right behind the East Brunswick defender into Fox's waiting hands, and then he cut to the middle and took it in for the touchdown. That was about 35 yards all told.
Piscataway just kind of running on all cylinders here.
Yeah, and it's 20-0 and adding the extra point, which looks good. And it is 21-0. And we still have 6 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in this second quarter of play. And East Brunswick really is going to have to gather itself now. I think Borden didn't have any false illusions about, what he was up against. As you said before the game started, East Brunswick may have arguably played two of the lightest opponents on their schedule, Edison and Perth Amboy. And even though they won those games, wasn't necessarily indicative of how this game might go along. And Borden kind of knew that, and his worst fears are being realized in this first half. So it is up to East Brunswick to see what it can do now to gather itself and make this a respectable game again.
Exactly, and if you're East Brunswick here, and there's plenty of time left to come back, but what you have to think is, not about Piscataway but yourselves. You have to play better as a team for, not only this game but for the season. So, East Brunswick might not win this game, but like you said, you want to put a good effort forth here and, play up to your ability and not worry about what the scoreboard says here.
So this is the fourth time that Hopkins has put his foot into the ball. Well, for these 3 touchdowns as well as the opening kickoff, and he will do it again. It's a low line driver. Again, he hits an East Brunswick player. However, Zelak gathers it. And he gets to about the 36-yard line, maybe 37, where the Bears will begin. A lot of good hitting going on out there. This is Peterson. Up the middle. And that was Rivera on the carry. Gets himself about 4 yards. Good yards on that play. East Brunswick has been fairly successful on first downs, getting good enough yardage.
Up, ball's on the ground there. A little miscommunication.
Let's see what happens here.
Uh-oh, Piscataway's got it.
Number 72 comes up with it. And that was not the kind of play that East Brunswick wanted. That's Alex Schell, another one of those huge defensive linemen, 6'2", 243, just a junior. So the ball changes hands once more. Richie, you had noted that East Brunswick's defense is on the field much too often, and this has got to be wearing them down.
Also a couple people who go both ways also out there, so they're out there the whole game.
Right.
Well, this would be a moral victory here if East Brunswick can stop Piscataway here.
Wright has been in all the way. Just check that. This is number 12 at quarterback now. And
it's Tony Logan.
Tony Logan. Got a question for you.
Yes.
Tony Logan, there was a Tony Logan that played for Bishop Bar. Did he transfer to Piscataway? Is there any mention of that?
I'll have to look.
We'll have to find that out at halftime because Tony Logan was a...
Yes, you're right. I have it right here, yep.
It is. Tony Logan would play for Bishop Bar for his freshman and sophomore year and is obviously now at Piscataway. He is the quarterback, and he is a good one. There's Logan with the ball. He's got a good arm and connects. Flag on the play, however. What do we got here?
I'm not sure. That flag came pretty late.
Well, I think they're going to catch number 70 being downfield. He was across the line of scrimmage. That was Anthony Davis, who's 6'5", 275, another junior. You know what? I'm looking at these linemen. Except for one, They're all juniors.
That's scary.
So this one's going to come back. Well, they're going to. Is that an illegal shift?
Illegal motion, I believe.
They didn't call the lineman downfield.
No.
Still, the play comes back, and there's a penalty on the play. Now, if it's an illegal shift, should it not be a 5-yard penalty? Because they've only marked off about 3 yards on this play.
Yeah.
Whatever. 4:18 left to go in the second quarter of play. Piscataway with a 21-0 lead. They've been pretty much running at will at East Brunswick tonight. Woolfolk tries to get through the middle, and they get him for little yardage on that play. One of the few times that Woolfolk has been stopped for a minimal gain. That'll make it, even with the no gain, it's 3rd and 13. Logan, excuse me, that's Logan with the ball, and just beyond the outstretched arms of Hunter. And something strange over there. I see a 4th down marker for Piscataway.
I'll tell you, good. That's a good job by East Brunswick. Got helped out by a penalty as well, but you know, they really did a nice job to force Piscataway to punt and get one more chance here. And
Hopkins will kick. Will punt the ball, seemingly so, even though the ball's on the 34-yard line. Is that a white flag? Nice kick, fielded by McCluskey. So East Brunswick stops Piscataway for the first time tonight and gets an opportunity to see what they can do with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in the second quarter of play.
And I think it's starting to rain a little bit. I see some umbrellas going up in the stands here.
I think something we should mention is our cameras are on the top of this press box, so if it gets to be too intense, we might have to shut down. Peterson gives up the middle, nothing going there. So we'll call no gain on that play, making it 2nd down. Pass down the middle, a little long. That was intended. Eric Eckert?
I think it might have been number 28.
Yeah. Oh, there's two number.
Bobby
Bob
Taco, right.
Taco, okay, there's two number 28s on our program here.
I think Peterson has a little bit more time than he thinks there. Got rid of that ball quick, really, and give him a chance to,
So it's 3rd and 9, maybe. 3rd and 9. Another pass opportunity. Lofting downfield. McCluskey had it and then just couldn't hold on to it after he was hit by Fox.
Great pass by Peterson there.
Right. So we have 3 tries by the Bears, and because 2 of them were passing plays, not a lot of clock kicked off. 2:16 left to go, and Chiefs will have another opportunity. You got Gratz as one of the deep backs. And not a good kick by Peterson. Bounces around and then finally down on about the 33-yard line of East Brunswick. Weidenfeld was the one who picked that ball up and downed it. So Chiefs have another opportunity. Let's see who we have in this game. Logan back at the quarterback position. Give is up the middle. That was to number 6, Jermaine Scott. Gets good yards. Just about 2 yards shy of a first down.
Under 2 minutes now, so see if East Brunswick can, hold them to only 21 going into the half.
Logan again. Oh, breaks a tackle. That was a nice run by Jermaine Scott. Went to one side, ran into interference, then all of a sudden he broke to the left side. Gets the first down. And advances the ball down to the 17-yard line with the clock continuing to run.
As you can see on the screen there, you can see the rain coming down. Not heavy, but enough for some of the fans to put their umbrellas up, and could cause some slick going in the second half.
Logan drops back. He's going to loft it to the left side, and a good defensive play by Zelak causes Fox to drop the ball.
Timed that well. If he was a couple seconds earlier, he might have been able to pick it off, but he did time it well to hit him right as the ball got there.
So you have 54 seconds left in the second quarter of play. Piscataway facing a 2nd and 10. Ball on the East Brunswick 17. Pass a little long to Fox. He's been their primary receiver, Richie.
Yep.
It's so dry on the field that just this rain right now is not really doing anything to make the conditions bad.
Interesting here, Piscataway, is going to, have four down territory or kick a field goal here.
Trying to develop something to the right side that doesn't go.
Try to screen there, it didn't work. So
you have another 4th down, but I imagine the Chiefs are going to go for it.
Yeah, I think I see a guy bringing out to kick the field goal here.
And okay, let's make a note of that and find out who it is.
I think number 80 is going to Russell Hopkins.
Okay, he's the punter as well as the one that handles kickoffs. So this ball is on the 24-yard line.
Right.
This would be a 34-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up and wide to the left. So the Chiefs fail on that field goal, then in effect East Brunswick does stop the Chiefs for the 2nd time in a row. 33 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter.
Jamie, what would you do here if you're Coach Borden? Do you just kind of run the ball and run the clock out and go into halftime, or you?
I would try to do something, Richie, because they're already down 21-0.
Right.
Okay. Really got to give Piscataway something to think about. I just think that the Bears don't have any answers for this Piscataway defense, not even if they tried to open it up.
Maybe they can find some, 6'5", 300-pound high school guys in the stands for the second half.
And it looks like Borden's going to
take them into the locker room here.
Yeah. Let's end the quarter and talk it over and see what we can do for the second half of play. So that is the end of the first half in this game between East Brunswick and Piscataway. The Chiefs with a 21-0 lead. And the game has been pretty much a lesson in nuts and bolts football for the Chiefs.
Right, doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what, Piscataway was doing there in that first half.
Well, quickly we will go down the scoring. Chiefs took the first possession that they had and culminated with a Kevin Woolfolk 5-yard run with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter of play. That made it 7-0. And in the second quarter, Woolfolk again taking the ball 35 yards with 11 minutes to go to make it 14-0. And then finally, quarterback Wright connected with Terrence Fox for another 35-yard touchdown, and that made it 21-0. So we look at the teams as they leave the field with the score 21-0 at the half. Any thoughts on what has transpired or what maybe East Brunswick needs to do in the second half?
I mean, East Brunswick, like we said a couple times in the broadcast, they've moved the ball at times and got some yards, but they can't get the big third down conversion, or they have a play where they go backwards a little bit, and that kind of has taken away the momentum. If I was Coach Borden, I think they can move the ball on the team, but they have to be precise. They had a couple fumbles. They went backwards a couple times. They just have to kind of regroup in there and then, kind of come out clean in the second half and forget about what happened in the first half and, just move forward and do the best they can.
And as Richie talks, we look at the East Brunswick cheerleaders doing their routine. And I believe we're going to watch them, and after that we're going to fade out for the half. Okay, we are back here at J. Doyle Field. As you look upon the field and through the lights, as you see, the rain has picked up considerably here. And we're going to attempt to bring this second half to you, but in all honesty, if it continues to rain this hard and our cameras are in jeopardy, we might have to shut down because they are on the roof of this press box. Okay, it's 21-0 at halftime. Piscataway in the lead on 3 touchdowns. And Richie, I think you have some information here on how the other sports teams are doing.
Exactly. Update on the teams. The girls soccer team is right now 6-0, and they have a game tomorrow morning at Old Bridge. Boys soccer, currently a 4-game losing streak. They started off 3-0. They're 3-4 now, and they play Old Bridge 10 a.m. tomorrow, and that's home. Boys cross country are 2-0. Girls are 1-1, and they both have the Colts Neck Invitational tomorrow. Field hockey playing excellent. They're 5-1, and they have a game Monday 7. It's at J. Doyle Field versus Metuchen, and I believe that game is going to be televised on EBTV. Girls tennis is 5-0, and they have their conference championships, and that will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Middlesex County College. And I just read in the paper actually today that they got all 5 of their flights into the semifinals. Gymnastics is 1-1, and they are at Bishop Bar on the 26th at 4:30. And girls volleyball is 6-0, and they are home Tuesday against Bishop Bar. So just as usual, the Bears sports teams are having very nice years.
All right, and nothing unusual there. The fall sports team is doing very, very, very well. Richie, I noticed that Cindy Todorov's, the coach for the field hockey team's daughter, is really, really an excellent player. Geez, I wonder where she got all that talent from.
Yeah, she's doing great. She's actually leading conference with 12 goals. She had a hat trick the other day against South Plainfield, and doing a great job. They're playing well right now.
Okay. Still in the preliminaries here of this game. If nothing else, the rain has caused the dust to settle on the field, which we will take. And I just glance occasionally up at the lights here just to see what the intensity is, because we really can't tell other than people with umbrellas.
Right.
Now, if I remember correctly, East Brunswick was on the receiving end of the kickoff, so they probably will be kicking off. Unless, of course, Piscataway won the toss and deferred.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how both teams come out here. Sometimes if you're Piscataway, you're up 21-0, you take it a little bit easy. East Brunswick could take it 2 ways. They can, feel sorry for themselves a little bit, or they can come out with a lot of energy. So be interesting to see how both teams come out here to start.
All right, Piscataway will indeed kick off to begin this third quarter of play. Now, Hopkins was the kicker the first half, and it looks like he will be doing the kicking chores this half as well. Looks like East Brunswick will use number 36 back there, Lashad. And he will be flanked by Zelak, and I can't quite make out who the other player. No, East Brunswick is kicking off. What am I talking about? Okay. So Piscataway did defer. That is number 12 with the ball, and he has some speed and almost gets around. That was a saving tackle by Garcia. Or number 12 for Piscataway. That would have been who? Let's get organized here.
Tony Logan.
Of course, Logan. It was the quarterback. Yep. And as we had mentioned, he has a lot of speed if he can get into the open field, and almost took that. So Piscataway with good starting position right around midfield to begin this second half of play. They're already up 21-0. Ball is given to Woolfolk, who just refuses to go down. Look at that running. Just churning his knees up and down, breaking tackles. Wright is back in at quarterback for Piscataway. He was the starter and was responsible for all 3 touchdowns that Piscataway scored.
That's a good lesson for you know, your younger kids out there. If you keep your legs moving, tough to bring down.
So you have a first down for the Piscataway Chiefs on the East Brunswick 35-yard line. Wright will pass out to the flank. 1 tackle, Fox breaks. Another, he just continues to run and really makes, I think, another first down for Piscataway pretty much on his own.
Yeah, this is not the way you want to start off if you're East Brunswick. Your kickoff, they get, you know, return it to the 50. Missed tackles here, you know, 2 consecutive plays. Not a good sign right now for East Brunswick.
So the ball on the 25-yard line, just short of that first down, maybe by a half yard. They're going to pass it one more time. This time Gratz takes it. He's excellent as a runner as well, and gets himself about 5 yards. You know, Piscataway has probably completed about 10 passes this game.
You're right. You know, they had that one longer one, but they've probably completed 7 or 8. You know, where their receivers have just done the dirty work.
So yet another first down for the Chiefs as they continue to march down the field. They took the opening kickoff just about midfield, as advanced it in quick fashion down to the 20. This is right at quarterback, gives to Woolfolk up the middle, and that huge Piscataway line tries to move forward. You can see how dry the field is. Even with this rain, you still see dust, Rich.
That's amazing, right?
Isn't it?
And I know East Brunswick has a sprinkler system too. I saw them the other day when we were up here conditioning on the track. The sprinklers were on, but that's, you know, when you don't get rain, sometimes that's not enough.
Right. 2nd and 7 for Piscataway. That was a 3-yard gain by Woolfolk. Somebody moved, and let's see. Now in high school ball, if the defensive team crosses the line, they will immediately blow the whistle and call encroachment. That's what the officials are discussing. Exactly what the ball was, so it'll be 5 yards against East Brunswick. A gift to the Chiefs as if they need one. And that advances the ball down to about the 13-yard line. Will be 2nd and, let's call it 3. That give was to the first back, Yao, coming out of the backfield. And boy, oh boy, he just bowled through. That is not one you want to look at on tape. Kind of like missed tackles.
You know, you're right. Poor job by East Brunswick, but you also have to give number 40, Daniel Yu, credit. You know, he didn't stop moving his feet. And, you know, Piscataway came out ready to play this half. They weren't satisfied being up 21-0. They, you know, drove the ball right down the field on East Brunswick there.
So Yo gets his name into the scoring column with a 15-yard run to make it 27-0. Point after by Hopkins. And a good recovery by the holder.
Number 3 there.
Yes. That was Wright, the quarterback, who scooped up that ball and made a nice hold for Hopkins to put it through to make it 28-0.
Take a look at Marcus Borden here, trying to rally the troops here a little bit.
This is kind of the way it's been against Piscataway, so this is not uncharted territory for the Bears.
I know last year they played them earlier you know, the season they went 10-2 and they were down 20 or 21-0 early and were able to come back. But
right.
Doesn't look like that's going to be the case here tonight.
It's just the physical size difference makes it real tough for the Bears to generate, you know, the offense that they need. The quarterback Peterson is doing all he can to, you know, generate positive yardage, but anytime he's forced in a passing situation, I think you pointed it out, Richie, maybe he's even throwing a little too soon.
Yeah.
You know, too sooner than he needs to.
It's a different pace out there tonight, you know, than the first two games.
So Hopkins will kick off with 8:56 left to go in the third quarter of play. It is now 28-0 Piscataway. It's a high kick gathered in by, I believe that was Lamming.
Right.
Yes. And East Brunswick will start out on the 26-yard line.
And let's see if East Brunswick can at least, you know, not get a 3 and out, let that defense rest up a little bit here.
Peterson has been a quarterback all the way for the Bears. He takes it himself up the middle, and Piscataway's pretty smart to that play now.
Yep.
Joe is getting some good positive yardage in the first half, but they've made the adjustment, and I think they just probably have somebody just keying on the quarterback for that particular play. It is a read where Peterson makes a decision as to whether to keep or hand off, and I think the Piscataway Chiefs are just sort of just zoning in on that particular play. So little or no gain on the play, making it 2nd and 10. And a little bit of an opening for, I believe that's number 28. Is that McCluskey? I can't tell. The numbers are so close together. I believe it's McCluskey, just judging from the size of the running back. I hate to say that, but it's true. It's a good way to differentiate with Jimmy. Nonetheless, he gets about 4 yards on the play. It'll make it another one of those 3rd and long situations for the Bears. This time they give right up the middle, and whoever it is with the ball bowled his way forward for about 4 yards. Just, again, short of the first down, and East Brunswick will probably kick.
And that was Garcia.
That was Garcia. So yet another 4th down for the Bears. You've got Fox and Gratz deep for Piscataway. Peterson has been the punter for the Bears. Gets it off. It's a line drive. Going to be caught by Fox. Looks for his blockers. Gets to the right side. Finds an opening on the left side. Good stiff arm on one player. And Franchino meets him, and finally, or was it Garcia?
Yeah, it was Garcia there.
And thankfully, Garcia was able to meet Fox, or he would have been off to the races.
I thought they might have missed a hold there on number 9 on Piscataway. It looked like he had a good hold on one of the East Brunswick players, but regardless, East Brunswick's got to do a better job of containing there. You know, you take a bad angle against a team like Piscataway with their quickness, and you know, they're going to make you pay if they get to the outside.
The Chiefs yet with good field position. Ball on the 44-yard line of East Brunswick in this 3rd quarter of play. Score is, as you see on your screen, 28-0. Piscataway looking to add more. Wright, the quarterback, has been in for each of Piscataway's touchdowns. Wofolk dispiriting East Brunswick with that drive up the middle. That was good for about 6 yards. No, let's make it more than that. Let's say about 7. And we continue to have a light rain falling. And an encroachment by East Brunswick. It looked like Taco tried to draw Piscataway off sides by jumping, but can't do that in high school ball. Once, once you go into that zone, that's offside.
This has been a very impressive performance by the Piscataway team, though. Really haven't made any mistakes. Taking what the defense has given them, and they're just putting on a clinic here.
So we have a new first down marker for the Chiefs. Ball is on the 32-yard line of East Brunswick. 5:24 left to go in the third quarter of play. This is right to pass. Looks down the middle. Fires, and good defensive play by Zelak to break that up.
Klasky got a good pop in there also.
You get the feeling that Wright is a much more accurate and confident passer than his understudy, Tony Logan. Admittedly, this is Logan's first year in this system, so he may be having just a little learning to do about this. 2nd and 10 for Piscataway. Give is to Woolfolk, and he gets excellent yard. You got to figure he's over the 100-yard mark, Rich.
He's got to be, you know. He's almost every carry he's had, I'd say he's got at least 4 yards.
That one was good for about, well, actually almost 10 yards. They're going to measure.
Tell you, he had that long one too that was called back on the hole. That was probably, you know, if that one wasn't called back, you'd probably have close to 200 yards rushing.
It's a fair number of backs in Middlesex County this year that have been really running up the yardage.
I'll tell you what, they had a big article on that the other day. The guy from South Brunswick, Davidson, had 360 yards rushing the other day. North Brunswick has a good back.
Aaron Jackson.
Right. Monroe has a good back. And
Jared Jimenez.
Yep.
All, you know, getting over 200 yards a game consistently.
Right.
So it is a new first down for Piscataway as they continue this drive. Right. He's going to pop it over the middle. Lofts it, and maybe a little miscommunication with Hopkins on that.
Yeah, Hopkins too. I think Hopkins stopped running because you know, he pumped a little bit, stopped running. By the time he tried to recover, couldn't get there.
Yeah. Richie, this is a somewhat uncharacteristic of Piscataway teams that we've seen in the past, where they've more relied on the speed of their tailbacks, right, such as what Woolfolk is doing. But with this added wrinkle, I think this is something that Coach Higgins is trying to develop when they go up against some of those really tough teams, you know, when the playoffs begin.
I agree, 100%.
Woolfolk tried to go to the middle, but now he cuts to the outside and utilizes his speed to get around the end, to stay on his feet. He twists and turns, and that was a nice individual effort on his part. And advances the ball all the way down inside the 10-yard line for a 1st and goal. First down and goal for Piscataway, knocking on the door once more. This is the give to the outside, and that is who? We just could not get his number. That was Fox who took that ball all the way down to the 2-yard line. And I got a feel for these East Brunswick players who have been on this field. These defensive players have been on the field constantly, and they have to give it their all each and every play. They can't take a play off. And they are still hanging in there.
Yeah, it's not for lack of effort.
Woolfolk tries to cross the line. And let's see, are they going to give it
close.
to him?
That's close.
I see a lot of Piscataway hands going up, but
if not, that's going to be about the half-yard line because they're marking it real close there.
It is just before the goal line, so we're going to call it third down. And I believe that I thought maybe Piscataway might take a timeout because Wright had gone all the way to the sideline to talk to his coach.
Well, I'm sure the coach said I would be surprised if you don't see a QB sneak just go behind that big offensive line here.
Right. Take your pick.
Yep. Exactly. Oh.
It's going to, what is it, Woolfolk?
Yep.
And he uses a little stutter step. Thought about going to the outside, saw the opening, and went right off a right tackle for a 1-yard touchdown to now make it Piscataway 34, East Brunswick nothing. So Woolfolk with his third touchdown of the game. That coming with 1:55 left to go in the third quarter. 34-0 Piscataway as they attempt the extra point. Hopkins, as he has done the entire evening, has been perfect. That was a better center snap, and they put it through one more time to make it 35-0 Piscataway. Now the rain picks up a little bit more. So at the score of 35-0, Richie, I would think that Piscataway is probably going to be showing some new faces.
Yep, slowly. I would think, if not, the next possession, definitely is in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Hopkins will kick off. And with the rain, you're seeing some of the fans now thinking better of watching the fourth quarter. And we have a whistle on this kickoff. Flag. Apparently somebody was offside.
Yep.
So they'll do it one more time. Backed up to their own 35 this time. And here we go one more time. This kick is gathered in by by Lamming, who cuts to the left side. Now he reverses his field. And a good run. Brings the ball up to the 35-yard line. And we do see new faces in for Piscataway. So a first down for East Brunswick as Peterson will continue to be the quarterback. He reverses his field and cuts the middle, lost the ball. And it looks like the Chiefs have recovered one more time. Boy, has this been a nightmare for the Bears.
Yeah, the second half, they were, offensively really haven't done anything here.
Yeah.
A couple turnovers, haven't been able to move the ball.
Well, Peterson had an opening there, but he forgot to keep a handle on the ball. The ball's going to be stripped. .117 left to go in the third quarter. Now the officials are talking something over. I'm not quite sure what this is about. Now the head official will come over and talk to Borden about something. We're not aware of what happened.
Something with the clock?
Apparently they're talking to the clock operator.
Yeah, they wanted 12 more seconds added to the clock there. 1:17 to now 1:29.
Okay, apparently 12 seconds came off errantly, so they readjust. And another first down for Piscataway. And Logan now is the quarterback. He gives up to a new runner for Piscataway. We'll have to check to see who that is. Number 20. I want to catch his size. Barry Gerard, 5'7", 150. That is stretching it.
I tell you what,
he's no 5'7".
I'd say 5'5" would be generous. And what was the weight?
150? No, that's Pop Warner size. I'm sorry. Well, there he is again, Gerard, and this time they catch him in the backfield. So a loss on that play will bring it back to the 37-yard line, where it will be 3rd and 7 for Piscataway. This is Tony Logan, the quarterback. Give is to number 41. That is Tony, is that Nigro?
Right.
Okay.
And that's going to be it for the third quarter.
And a third quarter that did not see events turn for East Brunswick, unfortunately, as Piscataway has been able to extend its lead by 2 more touchdowns to now make it 35-0 as we begin the fourth quarter of play. And the Chiefs are looking for more. Well, it is 4th down, so you got to wonder if they're going to kick or what.
Yeah.
And is its custom, the band returns for the fourth quarter of play.
Looking ahead here, East Brunswick is at North Brunswick next week, and J.P. Stevens visits Piscataway. So
North Brunswick's not going to be an easy game.
No, it's not. They actually play Sayreville tomorrow, which should be a good one. Sayreville needs a win desperately. They're 0-2, and North Brunswick's playing some good football. So,
and we mentioned that running back Jackson, who's been in his first 2 games have had 200-plus yard games, so they're going to have to stop him.
And we did the game last year with him, and he had some big runs. Even though East Brunswick won the game, he was a dangerous player.
Now, Sayreville has a quality in Dwayne Thomas, quality runner, but I understand that he's recovering from an ankle sprain.
Actually, I talked to one of the assistant coaches on Sayreville actually today, asking about that, and he said he recovered quicker than they thought, so he's going to play tomorrow.
Okay. So you got a 4th down, and Piscataway looks like it's going to punt. Yeah, they do. Hopkins tries to loft it in the corner, and almost caught in midair by Fox. That would have been a heck of a play. And the touchback, East Brunswick will come out to the 20-yard line with 11:51 left to go in the game. Piscataway holding on to this 35-0 lead. As you see, the rain again picks up in intensity.
And McCloskey did the right thing there. You're taught as a punt returner, stay on the 10. If it goes over your head, let it go. And Bears have it on the 20 now. So let's see if the East Brunswick can get something positive here going into next week. Let's see if they can, sustain something.
Now I want to congratulate our camera crew for sticking this one out.
I'll tell you what.
Okay, we got a new quarterback in here. And this is number 7. Is that
Nixon?
Yeah, and he's the one that started the season, right?
Right. He started the season in Perth Amboy, and I'll tell you what, he's done a good job of keeping his head in the game. I've been watching him, that Perth Amboy game, and even on the sideline here, he's one of the first to congratulate guys and keep them up. So he's that's not an easy thing to lose your starting job, but he's playing defense also and finding ways to stay in the game.
Now, admittedly, Nixon is in against the sub-varsity for Piscataway, so he was tripped up on that play, so he loses a yard or two. But he does have that ability to scramble and move with the ball. And I know East Brunswick would dearly like to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you never like to get shut out, especially at home.
Right. You have Franchino as one of the lone backs. And looks like Nixon was going to pass the ball. Now he kind of fired it. And we see a flag go up in the backfield. And a Piscataway player is going to be charged with roughing the passer. Apparently he must have laid a hit on
Nixon.
You know what,
I saw him. It might have slightly hit him. It didn't look like it was anything too bad.
Well, that's what the call's going to be.
Maybe he hit him in the helmet or something.
That is the call, roughing the passer. So East Brunswick gets 15 yards on that play, giving them field position on its own 45. And the clock continues to run now. Nixon on a reverse to Zelak. Has a couple of yards before he's tackled nicely.
Real nice tackle.
Yep.
Tell you, we really, I'm surprised. We really haven't, seen him with the ball too much, Zelak, tonight. I was expecting him to, have a little bit better game and get the ball a little bit more, but he's been quiet.
Yeah, Nicky took a shot that time, and I'm seeing him limp as he goes to his spot in the backfield. That one given to Franchino. And he gets a couple of yards, so we're going to have about maybe 3rd and 5 for the Bears.
Yeah, like you said, I see Zelak actually going to the bench here. Might have got a Charlie horse or in the knee or something.
Third down for East Brunswick at midfield. This is Nixon. He's going to try to run with it, but I'll tell you what, a nice tackle by number 83 for Piscataway. That was Marvin Booker. And you see the Chiefs are skilled in these types of individual, like tackling and blocking, and it really does make the difference.
Hey, and the scary thing, too, is a lot of these guys are the second team, so they have the depth also. If, someone gets injured, they have these guys who are, chomping at the bit to get in there.
So a 4th down for East Brunswick, 4th and about 13, puts them in a punting situation, which Peterson will do. Gets off a wobbly kick. Tried to field it, which was a mistake by number 20. That was Garner that tried to do that. He should have left that ball alone. That Barry Gerard tried to field that. So East Brunswick gets the recovery and a 1st down. We have 8:16 remaining in this contest.
Well, at least it will give Coach Higgins something to talk about at the film session.
So Nixon will continue at quarterback. He's going to, no, I gave it off. I'm sorry. Garcia.
Might have been better off taking that himself. It looked like he had.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a seam on the right, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Gain of 3 on the play, making it 2nd and 7. This time it is McCluskey who gets nothing. Piscataway just seems to be barreling through that line.
I'll tell you what, they're playing with a lot of emotion over there.
Yeah.
Seems like they have 3-4 guys on the ball every time. Looks like it's kind of one of these that East Brunswick is just, you know, waiting for that clock to run out.
Oh, yeah. We have whistles on the play.
A little early movement there.
What's the call?
Offsides on Piscataway.
So East Brunswick is advancing the ball primarily via the penalty route. And now we'll have a 2nd and 7.
I think it's 3rd now.
Is it 3rd?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, the rain starts to pick up. Probably coming down as hard as it has in the entire game. Nixon looks to throw, lofts it down the side, and we got a flag on the play, but nonetheless, that pass was caught.
Was it dropped? He dropped it. Okay. I thought he had it too. I
think they're going to catch Piscataway on an interference call there, so that would be a 15-yard penalty.
Real nice ball there by Nixon.
Yeah,
offensive line did a good job giving him time too to set up, because that's a slow developing play right there.
So East Brunswick once again gets positive yardage via the penalty route, and now has the ball inside Piscataway's 20-yard line marked on the 19.
No, I always thought in high school they should change that rule, that spotted the foul, right, with the penalty. I never liked that 15 yards in college and in high school.
As in college as well.
Right.
Okay, Nixon with it, up the middle, still on his feet, down to about the 5-yard line.
That was a good read by Nixon there.
Yes. So another 1st down, 1st and goal for the Bears. Clock ticking down to 5:20 to go in the contest. Piscataway is leading, as you see, 35-0. They've dominated this entire game. I don't think there's any other way to put it. And a give off. Now, Nixon is complaining he was wrapped. And I think for good reason there. Number 83 hit him. And
there was no reason, right. He was rid of the ball.
That's the same guy that was hit with the roughing the passer before. That was Booker. So it is 2nd and goal on about the 2. Zelak with it. And is he over?
No.
Yes, they call it a touchdown. So with 4:24 left to go in the contest, Zelak.
I think it might have been number 28 or no? Was it Zelak?
You know what?
Because Zelak's.
You're absolutely right. I'll take that back. Was it number 28?
Yep.
So that was Taco. So Taco, the recipient of that touchdown for East Brunswick, now making it 35-6. There's the extra point attempt, and somehow that gets through. That was not pretty. There is a flag on the play. And they're going to call a legal procedure against East Brunswick. So we got to do this again. All right, with that 5-yard penalty, the Bears will once again go for the extra point. This time, it'll be a little further. Russ Ryan is the one who's attempting the extra point. Kick is down. That's a little smoother. And they say that Ryan was off to the left, so the point is not good. And the score remains Piscataway 35 and East Brunswick 6. All righty. Well, the cheerleaders have a little something to be happy about. All righty, just looking at the schedule for the rest of this year. And as Richie had mentioned, East Brunswick will be at North Brunswick for next week's game. And then Saraville after that, followed by Stevens. And then you have South Brunswick, Woodbridge, and Old Bridge, the Thanksgiving game this year. All right, here's the kickoff. I think is that Gerard with the ball? That it was.
Yep.
So the Chiefs will now begin action, and I believe we have our. Is that Logan still in the game? Or do we have yet a third quarterback now for Piscataway?
Yeah, I think it is someone new.
Number 10. Is he listed on our program, number 10?
I'm looking.
There
yes,
it is.
Rashawn Cooper.
Rashawn Cooper, okay. Rashawn Cooper in a quarterback for Piscataway. Gives the ball off to Gerard, who goes around the right end. Gets good yardage and probably a first down. So a first down for Piscataway as they near midfield. They have really been tough to stop. Gerard one more time. Cuts through the entire East Brunswick team and finally is tackled. So another first down. You'd like to see the Bears, continue to fight to the end, Richie. It looks like they're thinking that this game is over and Piscataway is going to let up. Well, guess what? They're not. Even these second teamers are really giving it their all. And East Brunswick will need to respond here. This time they do meet. Nope, Gerard got out of that tackle. He is just not wanting to go down. So a 7-yard pickup. That'll make it 2nd and 3.
A lot of missed tackles
that's
tonight by East Brunswick. I mean, I know Piscataway is one of the better teams in the state, and they have something to do with it, but also East Brunswick's had some chances to, stop Piscataway. They need to shore that up a little bit.
Down to 2:20 left to go in the game. Looks like Looks like Cooper's going to take it himself and has the East Brunswick team fooled. Had a lot of open field here and gets about 10 yards on the play. So down on the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. And looks like East Brunswick jumped.
Yep.
Well, maybe they're going to call Piscataway on this. Let's see. Oh, against the Bears.
Yeah.
So 1st and goal on the 5 as the clock runs down to 1:20.
It's one of those situations you want to reward, you know, the reserves, let them play here, but also only a minute left, so.
There's the give to Gerard. He looks for that end zone and cuts in and makes it. So Gerard, a 5-yard touchdown. What do you think of that, Rich? Huh?
Yeah, you know what? As opposing coach, you know, I wouldn't mind it, but I know, you know, some coaches who might. I mean, I always feel, you know, I guess those guys also put in time in practice, and you want to let them play a little bit. I mean, you have a big lead and there's under a minute. I could also, I mean, if it was me, you know, I could see myself possibly kneel on the ball there too.
Yep.
But okay, I guess it's kind of what's in your, you know. I can see both sides of it.
Right. Well, I thought maybe it might be better to do an inside run.
Right.
But, you know, cutting it to the outside, such as what Gerard tried to do with that extra point, or 2-point attempt, could rub some coaches the wrong way, as you say. So the extra 2 points is no good, and the score remains 41-6 Piscataway with 51 seconds left to go in this contest.
Thing that was always tough with football when I played, you know, where there's basketball or another sport, you know, you have that whole week, you know, until your next game. So, you know, it sometimes, you know, lingers with you a little bit longer. But, you know, East Brunswick better, you know, have the day off usually tomorrow, and then they better get ready to prepare for North Brunswick because they're, you know, they're a good football team also. So look at the tape, see where they need to improve, and get right back out there.
All righty, we're going to have this kickoff, and East Brunswick, of course, will see what it can do to put more points on the board. Gathered in. Looks for a seam, and still on his feet. That was who? I believe that was number 88 for the Bears. That would be Jason Gonzalez. So East Brunswick has it on its own 33-yard line with 39 seconds left to go. So who's your quarterback for East Brunswick? Is that Doug Fisher, number 3? Well, ever since the beginning of the second half, the rain started and it has not really stopped. It's
at least
varied
been
in
the
intensity.
right. Yep.
Okay, Fisher is the new quarterback for the Bears. And they call the whistle. Probably didn't have to. And they mark it off quickly. Fisher takes it himself, goes upfield, has some room, and is driven out of bounds. And they call a late flag for, I guess, hitting the quarterback out of bounds. Clock down 28 seconds as they're going to mark off 15. Actually, it's 5 yards. That might have been an inadvertent face mask penalty rather than a roughing call. Fisher gives off.
And that should do it.
Indeed, that will be the last play of this game, unless... And that is the last play of the game. They're not even going to get this off. So that's the final score of this game. East Brunswick dropping its first contest of the year to Piscataway, 41-6. We went through the scoring a number of times. We will not do it again. Richie, any quick thoughts before we sign off here?
Basically just East Brunswick's got a rebound. Coach Boren said before the game they'd have to play about a perfect game to win, and obviously they didn't. So, time to regroup.
Okay, East Brunswick 1-2. Piscataway moves to 2-0. For Jimmy Allinder, for Richie Whalen, this is Jimmy Allinder saying thanks for being with us.